The UK education system is fucked up. Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Now, it's been a while since I've been on YouTube. I say a while, it's only been a couple of weeks, but I just took a bit of a break. You know, I was getting ready to find out my A-level results and things, and obviously GCSE results came out, well, it was yesterday at the recording of this video. I have some friends that have just done them, so well done to them. Well done to any of my friends that have just done A-levels as well. So, the reason I thought, with the subject of examinations being out of the way, I thought, finally, the stress is gone, let's have a bit of a rant about them. So, let's talk about exams, or examinations. So, first of all, what is an examination? Well, according to the definition on Google, a detailed inspection or study. Okay. So, an English literature exam would be a detailed inspection or study of Shakespeare's work. Say I was, a writer, if I was a writer, why on earth would I ever, in my working life, write about Shakespeare? I'd be writing my own stuff that's better than a man that's been dead for years. Why would I do that? Tell me that. Tell me, why would I have to ever, in my working life, have to write about Shakespeare once you've done it on a GCSE? Now, I was lucky enough. I did GCSE in English, and I actually didn't have to do any Shakespeare. In fact, I'll be honest, I've never read a Shakespeare story. I've read a few poems, like Sonnet 116 or something, but I've not actually read any Shakespeare stories. I've never read Romeo and Juliet, I've never read Macbeth, but I know you study it at GCSE, but my GCSE didn't cover it. Luckily, we only did Of Mice and Men, which is fantastic and I already knew inside out, plus I did it for my GCSE drama as well, so you've got to be in that. And second of all, we did The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde, which is such a brilliant play, and I was glad to be doing something that wasn't Shakespeare, so really I escaped lucky, because never in my life am I going to have to write about Of Mice and Men again. An hour and a half of my life was sat in a room writing about Of Mice and Men and The Importance of Being Earnest. When am I ever going to be having to write about them again? Never. Unless I'm remaking the Of Mice and Men film, I'm never going to have to write about them. Now, I just think it's stupid to have Shakespeare and all this on the syllabus. Why do we have exams? We have exams so the government can look good. The UK education system is fucked up. Let's be honest about that. Exams are pointless. They don't teach us anything. They're absolutely bullshit. And I want you guys to tell me in the comments below what your opinions on exams are. But they're just pointless. We don't need exams. Right? When are we ever going to have to write about stuff like that again? Never. I've just done an A-level business exam. Now, I got a D in it, and I'm not bothered. I would be if it mattered, but it doesn't. An exam in business, whether you can write about why Cadbury's got took over by Kraft or not, doesn't matter. What matters is whether you can put business into practice to run a business. No matter what grade, you could get an F. Because you can't explain it on writing, but if you could physically put it into practice, it's easy. There's no problem with it. But when you've got to write a 2.5-hour exam about a business subject, such as my A-level business, which was about the chocolate confectionery industry and how the market's stagnating and the takeover of Kraft taking over Cadbury's and why Cadbury's is now rubbish, I am never going to have to write about that again. If I was running KKD Productions as a film production company full-time, I would not be sitting in an office writing about the takeover of Cadbury. I'm never going to have to use it again. The basic principle of us taking over someone, yeah, but I'd be putting it into practice, or I'd be writing a bit of an explanation to the board, but I could do that by speaking. I don't need to ever write anything like that again. It is pointless. The exams are stupid, right? And the worst thing about it is, they are now making the exams 10 times harder. Coursework is straight out of that window. There's a window there, but you guys can't see it. They're straight out of that window, right? That's where exams have been. Exams are like this. Right? That's where exams are. It's pointless. We don't need them, right? They make them so hard that no one passes them, which means they can't get a job, which means the unemployment rate of the country skyrockets, and then they go, you need to sign on and get a job. The government can't be affording to pay millions of people in the country benefits because they can't get a job. Maybe if the exams were easier, they'd be able to get a good grade and get a job, so the government wouldn't be paying them. It's pointless. It's just so stupid. We don't need exams, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, but why do we have them? Like, if the UK really, if the government, the Conservative government that we have at the moment, really believe that these exams and putting them tough, algebra, for a start, right? When in your working life are you ever going to have to do that? In your out of school life, when are you ever going to use it? My maths teacher told me once that she used it while she was making a cake because she only had 6 eggs and needed to know X amount of sugar. I just think that was an excuse. Now, I'd look up a recipe online, I'd follow the recipe, I'd go out whatever I need extra of, I'd go out and buy it. We don't need it. I'm never going to use algebra in my life. Basic maths. They used to, you know, at school, right, the excuse always used to be, what? Miss, why do we have to do maths? Because you can't be walking around with a calculator. Yeah, we can, because we've got smartphones, you old witch. So we do have a calculator. If I'm walking around Tesco's and I think, oh, I've only got £25.60, but I want to buy all this, have I got enough? One, I use scanning to shop in Tesco so I know how much I bought, and if I don't have that, then I use my calculator on my frigging phone, and if I don't have that, I go to the calculator aisle, find one of those cheap Tesco calculators, and I use one of them. Probably illegal, but I do it. Or I find someone that has got a calculator, or I work it out in my head, but the majority of the time, I have a calculator on my phone. I'm never, ever going to have to use sin, cos and tan to work out whether I can afford a 25p Freddo. Ever. I'm never going to have to use algebra ever again. Or when am I ever going to have to work out the circumference of a circle ever again? Never. If I'm drawing a circle, I'll draw it at the bottom of the bloody lid. I don't need a compass, I don't need anything like that. So, but yet we have to sit for an hour and a half and do maths, a maths exam. Which if you fail, oh no, it's a core subject, you have to pass it, but it's 10 times as hard because now you have to get a grade 4. They've removed higher tier, which is stupid, the grade boundaries have gone up, and I just think that the pure premise of whether it's GCSE, A-level, even if it's your SATs exams, they're just so hard. Now your SATs don't really matter, right? If you get a below 100 now, you're below average, but that doesn't matter. Right? They're not ever going to benefit you in your later life. And to be honest, neither are your GCSE or A-level results. I passed my GCSEs. I can't get a job in bloody McDonald's. I got rejected twice. Where have I gone wrong? Is it because I'm not dressed in a... Never mind about the tracksuit dressing. The point is, I just don't understand why we have exams. Now, if you guys completely get why we have exams and why we have them, we should definitely keep them, then express your opinion in the comments, because I express my opinion quite a lot on this channel, but I don't really ask for your opinion, so I want your guys' opinion. Tell me, why do we need exams? Do we really need them, or should we just scrap them, put it all into coursework, work towards it, so that it all goes into one big pile at the end of school, you pass it on whatever you get with, then you go out and start applying for jobs. And employers look at them and think, well, you didn't do too well in your technology work, but that's fine because this is a freelance writing company that we wanted to take you on. It doesn't matter. You don't need it. You have to now get a 4 at GCSE. In your core subjects, English, Maths and Science. Now, you even have to choose a modern foreign language as a subject. I'm pretty sure you have to choose a humanities subject, so really, they're forcing you to be robots. I tell you what, why don't we just make AI and never work again?
Where can I find more of these?
I'm looking for hammers.
Me gustaría comprar esto.
Can you place the object in my viewfinder? Is this the item you're looking for?
Yes.
Those robots there have been dubbed Oshbots, and they're being tested right now in an Orchard Supply hardware store, which is owned by Lowe's in San Jose, California. The idea is, of course, to improve customer service. So they're equipped with 3D cameras that scan and then identify items. That means they can probably work just a little bit faster than...
You know, a bit like Wally. It's stupid. They are hiring the UK employment rate by making the exams harder. And I know I've repeated that point, but it's true. The UK employment rate, right, let's find out what the UK employment rate is at the moment. Well, unemployment rate. The UK unemployment rate is 4.1%. Now, it has gone down in recent years, but that's because everyone that has been passing their exams can get a job. Now, back in the day when our parents were younger, if they got F's and G's on their exams, didn't matter. They could go out and get a job. It didn't matter, right? But now, there's stress on pupils to get every single grade right. Same with GCSE, same with A-levels, and if you don't have that, then you think your whole future's messed up. You have to keep going to college, resetting your A-levels, then you can't resetting your GCSEs, and if you fail them again, you've got to do them again. If you can't do them that time, and you still can't do your A-levels, and then your whole future to the point that you're not going to be going to university until you're 35 years old with 6 kids and living on a council estate on benefits because the government's education system has fucked you up because you can't get a job. And that's the simple matter of life. That is what it is these days. You go to school, you learn about algebra, you have to write, you have to do an in-depth study or inspection on Shakespeare. Why? I'm telling you something. I'm about to go to university. I have no idea to set out to set up a TV licence or why we need one. Now, luckily I'm smart enough to Google it, but what about if we didn't have the internet? You know, think about our parents that didn't have internet and they still had the dial-up system. It's stupid, and you still have to use an Ethernet cable to connect it back to your computer, or a router on top of your, and a modem on top of your computer. Why? Did you get it? It's stupid. We need to learn the basics of life, how to take out a mortgage, how to buy a house, how to pay council tax when you've left your education career, how to get a job. They're the skills of life you need, not whether you can write a 2,000-word essay on why Romeo tried to shag Juliet. You don't need it. It's stupid, it's pointless, it's ridiculous, and it's fucking up the kids of today. And I'm one of them. Now, luckily enough, I had some very supportive teachers, right? I still got a U on my coursework, my A-level history, yet I seemed quite happy about it, and to be honest, I kind of lost interest in the subject, so that's probably why it was so little. But the reason I lost interest in it is because I wasn't motivated. Schools don't motivate you, the only thing they do is, if you have 100% attendance, we'll take you on a trip or something like that. Now, that might have just been my school, but let me know what your schools do to motivate you to come, because I'm sure a lot of you don't even want to go to school. There's always that one time of day, always first time at year, you're back to school, you know, your mum's been out, bought all your pencil cases, your school bags, everything. You're about to go back to school, you wake up and go, oh, I don't want to do this. And you're not a student if you don't walk into school on a Monday morning, nod at your friend and go, I can't be arsed with this today. You do it every single day because you cannot be arsed to be in school. Because it's pointless being there because you're not learning any fundamental life skills that you're actually going to need in your later life. Instead, you're learning about a guy that's been dead for 500, 600 years that's pointless. Or you're learning about things that you want to put into practice. Maybe it should all be practical things we do. Now, fair enough, I can understand learning English and studying the English language. That's fine if that's what you want to go into. But you shouldn't be forced to have to sit an exam and remember 23 poems, right, that you've read and annotated and things, and remember quotes from books. The only reason I got a B on my English literature GCSE was because I did Of Mice and Men in my drama GCSE. So because of that, I had to learn the lines, and a lot of that was the dialogue from the book anyway. And I had to physically learn those lines, so I knew the Of Mice and Men quotes. And even now, I could tell you about Of Mice and Men. I studied A-level history, and part of that was American society, and we studied the Great Depression during that. And yeah, the Great Depression's based all around off mice and men, and we all know that. And I saw a post the other day and I found it really funny. It said hashtag things that are more likely to happen than me passing my exams. And then it said Lenny tending the rabbits, which I found hilarious. Because we all study off mice and men. Now some people are lucky enough not to study it. I think it's a fantastic book and I'm glad I studied it. Same with On the Importance of Being Earnest, but if I'd have had to study Macbeth or Hamlet or Romeo and Juliet, I wouldn't. Why do we need to know all about that? He's been dead. Yes, he's a great literature piece of work. You want to be an English teacher? Learn it. Study it. Study it in depth at uni. You don't need to learn the basics at high school. You should be able to do something that's going to help you get a job, because not everyone takes the same career path. You have to be in education by law till you're 18. There is nothing stopping you doing a practical computer science GCSE and then going to college and doing a games development course. That's all practical. There might be a bit of writing where you've got to write the script or things like that for the game and, you know, actually put things into practice, but at least then you've got the environment. You know what the environment's like, you know how fast paced it is, you know what you're going to be doing. You leave college, you're 18 years old, well you might be about 16 when you leave, but no, you'll probably be 18 once you finish. You leave college, you're 18 years old, you've got all this experience behind you, you've done it for college, you've got your GCSEs, you go for a job and you get that job. No problem. But you can't buy an house because you have no fucking clue how a mortgage works, and how to pay council tax, and how your water bills work, or utility bills work, or anything like that, because school doesn't teach you the fundamental basics of life, because the UK education system is fucked up, because they give you such stupid examinations that you're never going to use in your life at all. And it's been a while since I've done a rant, which is why I'm glad I did this, because I got into a bit of a discussion about exams the other day, and I just think it's stupid, and many people I've spoken to before doing this video would agree with me. Exams are pointless, they're absolute bullshit. They don't do anything but prove you know how to write something for 2.5 hours on a piece of fucking paper. That's all they do. You're never going to need that in later life. So why do we have to sit these pointless exams? We don't. We don't. It's just the government. If I was Prime Minister, right, and I had the chance, or the Education Minister, to change the education system of the United Kingdom, I would. I really would change it. I'd make it so that it is a lot more practical. The exams are easy, because then the exams can be easier, the grade boundaries can be higher, that's fair enough. But they'll be easy so people can pass them so they can leave and get jobs, get decent jobs, because then they'll be making more money, which is more tax paid to the government. Then the university funds can go down, so more people will be going to uni, more people will be paying back their things. The government will have more money fundamentally. It just doesn't make sense to do hard examinations about pointless things.